For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava. Tony Rock is currently preparing to bet on himself and film his own stand-up comedy special independently. In order to promote the show scheduled to be filmed soon, Rock appeared on Big Boys Radio, where he spoke on his career, fatherhood, and of course, the Will Smith and Chris Rock slap. During their conversation, Big Boy asked Rock where he was when he first saw his brother get slapped. Tony explained that he doesn't watch the Oscars and instead was watching a basketball game when his phone started going off. At first, Tony explained he thought something terrible had happened. My phone starts going crazy, and as a black person, you think something bad happened. I started looking at the phone. Damn, am I ready to take this call? And I'm thinking about my mother, and I'm like, damn, something happened to mommy. I'm not even prepared to take this call. And I see my little brother calls me, and I'm like, okay, I can at least take some bad news from family. I answer the phone, and he goes, was that real? At first, Tony was confused as to what his brother was talking about. His brother Jordan sent him a link to the video of their brother Chris getting slapped by Will Smith. In an interview with Big Boy, Tony said he immediately reached out to his brother's people to ask what was going on, and Chris eventually called back and told him to chill. Chris said, I know you're somewhere plotting revenge, but be cool.
As a brother, do you want to just go off right then?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And this ain't like tough talk. This is my brother. I'm not gangster. This is my brother, man. My dad said if your brother's in a fight, you in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going out on the road to start these dates, and I knew. Rock said, referring to Chris's upcoming tour, that he was slated to begin with that same week of the slap. Rock would then go off on critics who claim Tony continues to talk about the slap for clout. He would explain that Chris Rock is his brother, and he used to work for Will Smith on All of Us, so the situation has more to do with him than anyone critiquing.
Well, it got more to do with me than anybody. I used to work for the other guy, and the other guy's my sibling. It has more to do with me than anybody. I used to work for the guy. We was friends.
Tony would also reveal to Big Boy that it wasn't true when Will Smith said he reached out to Chris and Chris didn't want to talk.
Oh yeah, that wasn't, yeah, and that I reached out to him, he didn't want to talk. That wasn't true.
Right.
That wasn't true. That I think 2 nights later he said I reached out to Chris and he didn't want to talk. That wasn't true.
He doesn't owe me anything. I just thought we were better than that. My phone number was never changed, so I just thought I would get a phone call one day like, hey man, you and I, let's just talk. It hasn't happened, so I guess it's not gonna happen. Lastly, Rock explained to Big Boy what his full reaction was when he watched the video. I watched it in its entirety. I watched that nobody assisted my brother. I watched that he said when he won the award, the devil's always working for, so that was the devil. A joke was the devil. A joke was the devil putting his work in. I think the devil does a little bit more sinister work than that. I saw that Samuel L., and I think it was Denzel Washington, comforting Will, but didn't say anything to my brother. There was a couple of things I saw that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I saw that the production company kept going. The first night, it's a black production, and he acted like the ultimate N-word, and they just said, keep it going. I saw that. I saw my brother had to keep his composure. Like he said, my parents told us don't fight in front of white people, but mommy would have been mad that night. So now that we're hearing more from Tony Rock about the incident and his reaction overall, let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you think his reaction to his brother being slapped has been justified? And plus, stay up to date for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava.